is going on, guys? Today we are going to actually restore our early 1960s Crue Cut go-kart. Last time we were foiled because we didn't have the proper sandblasting media. It was the holidays, no one was open. We couldn't find any locally.
So this go-kart's about 55 years old. The frame is so crusty. The best way to take care of that is taking it outside and sandblasting it. Then we're gonna add some Pour 15 to it. This stuff is harder than woodpecker lips when it's dry. It's gonna look so good. Let's get to blasting, dude.
Let's do it.
Good. It just ruptured the line.
Man, that was some moist air.
I wish I could have cut it straight. I think we're gonna be good. One way we can tell. Oh my lord, that's valuable. That's gold, dude.
Alright, yeah, can you turn it up on its side, please?
So we just finished sandblasting. Turned out pretty well. We didn't get all the rust off. We would have been out here all day getting all the rust off, but it doesn't matter because the paint we are using can be painted over bare metal or rusty metal. We're using Pour 15. We've used it on the past. We've only used it on our all-wheel drive go-kart on the channel here, and that is the most durable paint we've ever used. It has held up very, very well. To be honest, this stuff is pretty expensive, and if you get it on your skin, it'll be there for weeks, but it's the best, most durable paint that we've used. You can either brush it on or you can spray it on. Today we're gonna be brushing it on. This video is not sponsored by Pour 15 at all, but if you wanna pick some up, you can find some at our link in the description from Amazon. We get a small kickback from Amazon affiliate sales, so if you wanna help support us, pick up some Pour 15 at our Amazon affiliate link. Let's do it. Oh yeah.
Which one am I gonna get? The small one?
Up to you, man. Up to you. Are we using the spring?
Maybe.
Maybe. Are you painting the back of the paddle here?
Yes.
I wonder how long that's gonna last.
Not long.
No, but at least it'll be done in one point.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good, man, I gotta say.
Pretty.
So while the paint is drying on the chassis outside, I'm going to go ahead and get our engine ready to install. The original Tecumseh engine is just too far down on power, too far worn out for our tastes. So temporarily, we're going to install this Predator 212cc engine. Sometime in the future, we're going to add something more vintage, more period correct to the go-kart. But for now, I mean, you can't beat these Predator 212s. They're cheap and they're performers, and we really like them. So our paint should be nice and dry. Ike cleaned off the body for us, and it's crazy. You can see where this thing sat outside for probably years. You can see where the sun has burned in the shape of the steering wheel in the body. It's insane. Anyway, first thing we need to do is plop this body onto the frame, then put our engine on to see how we're going to need to fabricate an engine mount or an engine mounting bracket to get a Predator 212 to fit on this chassis.
My way. Oh, all right. What do you think? Should we leave it black or should we paint the spots silver like it was?
I kind of like it black. So we got our stage 1 212 and drum roll. Nope. We'd need like probably 3 inches of lift.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. That ought to do.
Yeah, it's almost there. It's really almost there.
All right. So is that going to look ridiculous?
I don't think so. Do you think that looks ridiculous?
It definitely is not vintage.
No, it's not vintage.
If we get enough clearance, it should go
Yeah.
forward and backwards with no problems. So we're going to make some spacer plates.
Yeah, we're gonna have to lift the engine about 2 inches. We have 1 inch square tubing here, so we're gonna stack it and then reinforce it. Not ideal, but it's what's gonna have to happen to make this engine fit in this chassis.
Guess I'm gonna get a little bit of grease. That's it.
Hey, it returns.
The brake system on this car absolutely sucks. Can I say that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's cool. The paddles are sweet, but that has nothing to do with it.
I don't know if
it's the linkage is what's terrible.
I don't know if this is the design that we're seeing or if someone put it together wrong. But we have right here, we have the brake pedal. Well, you have this linkage going down underneath the frame, which it's a solid linkage and it's in a bind. It's rubbing up against the bottom of the frame here, and it's going all the way to this piece right here. And if this right here is about 1 inch off the ground, so every little bump you hit, it kicks it, and it's not going to work. So we got to find some better way of doing the brakes.
But it's weird because like we can't figure out any other way it would have been original. Like
Yeah.
there doesn't seem to be any evidence of grinding or welding.
All right, she's looking good.
Engine time.
Yep.
Yeah, you got plenty of clearance over here.
Hopefully the chain fits tight. We're not going to have a lot of adjustment. This is what we're kind of rolling with. Bam.
All right, so here's the deal. It's about 8:30 at night, and we only have 1 out of 4 bolts to bolt the engine down. Stores are closing. We usually stop at 9. It's been a long, full day, and in order for us to keep posting videos twice a week like we have done all year and all of 2018, we have to end the video here. We were hoping for a runner, but it is what it is. So instead, we're going to test fit all of our different engine options to see what is going to fit the best. and it looks like none of them are gonna fit the best.
I really didn't want to keep a Predator on this. I wanted to go back with a vintage engine. And the idea was like maybe a Craftsman or an old Tecumseh or something of the era. So we have these, we have a Briggs and we have a Tecumseh, although the Tecumseh is not really that vintage though.
No.
But I'd like to fit these engines and see how they fit.
Yep.
See if they fit better than the Predator.
Yes. And they're all about 6.5 horsepower, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, and we had engine plates, engine risers mocked up. You can do that next time.
Just a check.
Oh, just leave it in there.
Just a check.
I don't know about it, man.
Nope.
Just look. Yeah, the fuel tank.
Try this. Fuel tank's in the way.
Yeah.
Can't move it back far enough. I wonder if that's why someone notched out this for...
To fit an aftermarket engine on it or something?
Well, yeah. Because the engine we pulled off of it had enough room there. They probably had another engine on it. Alright, so this is not going to fit with this fuel tank. We could take this fuel tank off. We can probably run a Mikuni on it and come around. Some engines have a fuel tank, like a nice round tank up front. So we probably could run a Briggs 5-horse with some small changes. Not that vintage.
No, that's like 10 years old. But it fits in there pretty well.
Well, the carburetor.
Oh yeah, this doesn't have a carb on it.
Although it looks like it might tuck in there. You know what? I bet you they had one of these on here. Boom. That's what it is.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, they had one of these engines on it. Well, it's funny. The Tecumseh fits the best, but it's not old enough. I'm gonna look around for some older engines, but I guess the Predator would be pretty awesome on this thing for the time being.
Yeah, I mean, 9 horsepower. This is gonna be way more than this ever had.
But I want to find something 60s
Yes, 60s would be
to put
sweet.
on here. I don't care what kind of engine it is, as long as it fits in there and looks good.
Mm-hmm. So next time we need to figure out how we're going to mount our Predator 212 engine on this Crue Cut go-kart. The reason this is taking so long, this section of the build anyway, is because we don't want to modify the body or the chassis any further than it already has been. This thing is like a relic. We've never, ever seen one before. We probably won't ever see one again, unless you have one in the comments. Let us know. We'd love to know anything about these Crue Cut go-karts. But we want to keep it as original as we can. And so that's why we're having to come up with a complicated and not ideal engine mount setup.